G'day gang, Dan here, how you going? We're back in the World of Warcraft, in the Tauren Starting Area. We are about to talk to Armor.
Well met.
Well met. Kargoth, there are many conflicts that wound this land. It is my hope that you will not bear witness to as many of them as our elders have. Yet there is one that I would ask you to seek. It will give you some sense of how terrible, if left unchecked, even a small threat can be to the land. Pale Mane gnolls have settled to the south of Bloodhoof, and in a cave to the west. They disrespect our attempts to communicate with them, and they slay the wildlife of Mulgore unbridled. Words are no longer the answer. You may have heard of the Venture Company. They are a goblin cartel, something like a tribe. While one of these cartels has joined us in the Horde, the Venture Company is loyal only to greed. These greedy goblins and their workers have tried to exploit the resources of Mulgore before, to little success. One of our outrunners, Morin Cloudstalker, has gone to check the remains of one of the goblin caravans. If you wish to help him, follow the road out of the village to the east.
Goodbye.
We got a fair few quests over here, don't we? Taking us in all sorts of directions, I imagine.
The winds guide you.
Our sacred wells have been tainted, and I will need your help to fix this. To cleanse each well, I must create a cleansing totem. Then you must bring the totem to the well and perform a cleansing ritual. First, we will create a cleansing totem for the Winterhoof water well. To do this, the land must offer its aid. Hunt Prairie Walls for their paws and adult Planestriders for their talons. They are to the southwest. Return to me with the paws and talons, Kargoth.
May the eternal sun shine upon thee.
And unto thee and thine.
How may I aid you?
The swoop is a cunning bird, and difficult to find and hunt. A collection of swoop quills is a badge of cleverness and determination for a hunter. If you are willing to take up this task, then enter the plains and hunt the swoop. Bring me their quills and bring honor to your clan. The swoops may be found anywhere in Mulgore, but your eyes must be sharp to spot them, and your hooves must be quick to catch them.
Be careful.
Right. And I do believe there was another quest over here somewhere. Over here somewhere, here we go.
Peace, friend. Greetings.
Rule Eagle. Whoa, watch those horns, buddy. Thank you for taking the time to speak to me, Kargoth. I am Rule, warrior and teacher. You have obviously reached an age where you must prepare for your trials if you are to adventure much further out of Mulgore. If you wish a test of your strength, start by seeking out the Wind Fury Harpies to the southeast. They nestle along the mountain's edges, away from the road. They are one of our natural enemies here in Mulgore, and will be a good gauge of your skill.
Ancestors watch over you.
Alright, okay, so, yeah, we really do have quests taking us all over the shop. How about we first start by going back south, and then going this way, and then perhaps that way, and then that way, and all over the place, really. Pale Mane gnolls is what we want. So that was for Armo Thunderhorn. Pale Mane gnolls have settled to the south, and in our cave to the west. But we also got to get Prairie Walls. We got to do a lot of things. Thank you to the folks who watched the previous episode and hit the like button on that one. If you'd like to do the same here, that'd be appreciated. I do like seeing these start areas. It's as I don't often play too many of the races. I tend to just stick with a couple of them. I don't really get a chance to see where these other races come from and how they start out. So it's quite cool to see. Once Shadowlands begins, there'll be a new start area for brand new players. I do intend to go through that. So you'll see that around the time the next patch goes live, I guess. That particular experience should be the same, I believe, for no matter what class, race. Actually, maybe, I don't know if it differs much between Horde and Alliance. I'd imagine there would be some differences, but I don't think there'd be much difference per class. Other than the way you deal with combat, of course. Oh, I like this drop rate here on the Plane Striders. We also play World of Warcraft Classic here on the channel. And there was a quest where I had to get Plane Strider beaks, I think it was. Classic has classic drop rates. Plenty of Plane Striders out there that apparently don't have any beaks. I think whatever the requirement was to fulfill the objective, I had to like farm up double or triple, maybe quadruple the amount. Oh yeah, also zebras. Zebra hooves. A lot of zebras out there without hooves. Although you can plainly see it on them. I always imagine it's because I am hitting them that hard that I'm destroying their beaks and their hooves. They can't be used somehow. Here we don't seem to have that problem. I guess we've refined our techniques. Alright, so 4 of 4. Here are the Pale Mane Poachers. Oh, we actually got to do a bit of healing. Gotta get some healing going. Some linen cloth. Oh! He stuck me with an arrow to the face. Unfortunately, sidestepping isn't going to avoid them arrows. They are fired with some sort of magic, which allows them to curve. Sometimes they even go through trees. So those magic arrows, you see. We're almost level 8. I'm hoping we get a few more skills to use. So as I mentioned before, I've played through a couple of these start areas, or starting areas. One of them, so it's been Undead, the Night Elf, the Humans, the Pandaren, the Orcs. We've played through the Blood Elves as well, but that was actually ended up being a full series on where I took that Blood Elf Hunter. Oh, level 9. Level 8. Oh, shapeshifting. As a druid, you can shapeshift into different forms, each with unique abilities and their own resource. Your first form, Cat, increases your melee damage. Nice. Oh, here we go. So I got that by pressing this button here. You can have a keybind. I've got mine to Shift Z. That may change when more forms come along though. Alright, so we got Shred. I got my regrowth again. I've got a dash. Alright, so let's shred. I've got a resource here, I guess that's like energy. Nice. So I've got a meter over here. I wonder if that's... Oh no, it doesn't do anything there. I wonder if it's similar to Rogue though, where you build up combo points. Ah, cool. Ah, look at me. Look at me, the lion guy. The big old horns. Yeah, so we played the Bloodhoof Starting Area, but I continued that character on, and that became my Horde series in World of Warcraft, as it is now. Going through the 1 to 60 zones, which is what it is now. Once Shadowlands begins, I don't know what the zones are going to go up to. They may actually still go up to the max level you need to be before you go Shadowlands. So it might be then, it may change to 1 to 50 zone. But anyway, that's what happened with the Blood Elf. So while I haven't played I made a starting area series as such, we certainly have gone through the starting area. And now with Tauren, is there anything that you would like to see? Would you like to see the starting area of any of the other races? If you have any recommendations or something you'd like to see yourself, pop it down. I mean, we got dwarves, we got gnomes, goblins. Sorry, you also played through the Worgen. We already did that. Draenor. I guess you could count Demon Hunters as well, because they have their own start area as well, which is pretty... I mean, it's a decent starting area. Death Knights as well, I guess. While not a race as such, but... Well, it is the class, but they do have their own starting area, which is quite long. And cool to see. And then they rejoin the rest of us. Let's get these Wind Fury Harpies. Rule of the Warrior. Getting a lot of linen cloth. Being that he's a leather worker. Oh, cool, you can do that without having to change form. What about healing? Nah, healing you gotta change form. Actually don't mind being in kitty cat form. So, auto attack damage increased by 40%, immune to polymorph effects. Oh, can't be turned into a sheep. Movement speed increased by 30%, falling damage reduced. A lot of bonuses there. Just need more attack buttons. I guess it's getting you used to the fact that you've just changed it to a cat. Okay. So once I run out of energy, maybe I can shift back into... So I seem to run out of energy pretty quick. And then I can continue on with this. Or I could do this. And do it the opposite way. Get the Moonfire dot on there, add damage over time. And go to town. Now, being a Tauren of the land, I guess... In terms of professions, I'm thinking skinning and leatherworking would be a good one. Seeing as he wears leather. But I mean, alchemy and herbalism is also a good one. I mean, you're close to the ground. I guess a lot of characters are anyway, but... potions and so on. That's probably one that's good for just about any class and race, right? Herbalism. It's always good to be able to... Handy to be able to make potions. We got more... knolls to take it over there. I was considering looking at this particular cavern over there, though. Let's go meet up with Morin, and then we'll go through the Bloodhoof Village. I'll handle that, and then I'll go to that cavern. Oh yeah, and I've got a dash as well. It's a 2-minute cooldown, but increases movement speed by 60% while in cat form. Pretty handy.
Hail.
Well met, if Armo has already explained the minor quibbles of what kind of goblin will be driving from our lands, let's get to work. A few days ago, we found a Venture Co. caravan traveling under guard on the northern shore of Stonebull Lake. We'd lost 2 of our number in an earlier battle. We were quick to attack and lay waste to the caravan. We left their supply crates, thinking that our torches would destroy anything of value, but given that Venture Co. salvagers have been spotted near the burned wagons, maybe we were wrong. Perhaps you could go to the caravan and examine the contents of the crates.
Farewell.
Perhaps I can. We do have a new staff, actually. Longbow staff. Let's go pop that on. Does 3.5 damage. Which I can only imagine helps without melee damage. Actually, how does that work? Because we're using claws. Like, do I even have to have a weapon equipped? And does that affect... I guess the stats is a stat stick, right? At the end of the day. But then this has no stats on it, right? So that has no effect, I'd imagine. But if you have an item that does, you know, that has +5 strength or something, critical strike on it, maybe? I don't know. Interesting, because yeah, we're just using our paws, right? So... shred it, rip it! Yeah, and you can like just instantly jump into cat form. Wasn't really much of a cooldown there. Get that heal off. Give him the stick, give him the stick! Give him the stick, mate. All sides of the crate are stamped with the sign of the Venture Co. Mining Division. Notes printed carefully on the side of the card and indicate that the contents are due for processing at one of their central plants. Prying open the lid reveals a tightly packed assortment of ore and minerals. More evidence of the Venture Co.'s mining operation in Malgor. On the top of the ore and minerals, you remove a tightly bound sheaf of papers. Up in the foothills to the east, you can barely hear the sounds of work and see smoke rising from a large fire. Alright, I guess they want us to report that in. So we'll actually go head over to that cavern. So that way we can come around and then back through here. Alright, back into kitty cat form. And let's sprint on, or dash rather. And she does remind me quite a bit, like, well, with his combo points especially, if that's what it is, of like a rogue. Wonder if I can stealth as well. Now, you can't catch me, Prairie Stalker. I'm a kitty cat with horns. Yeah, one of the things that excite me about the druid is I remember back, like, when I used to play Burning Crusade, you'd see, like, druids just jump off cliffs and then turn into a bird and then fly off. That was quite cool.
Will you help me find my dog?
Yeah?
Greetings, traveler.
I tell you what,
In peace.
Ahab, just give me a sec. Let me go and do this and then I'll come back to you. Because I've got a few too many quests. I mean, I imagine your dog is... Well, I don't know where your dog is really. And there's another quest over... There's quests everywhere. They're all over the space. Every which way.
Greetings, traveler.
What's your quest?
What brings you here?
Alright, I'll come back to you. I want to get this sorted out. Yeah, there's not a lot over here. We got like so many quests. Quests all over the joint. Hopefully your quests take place over here and not back here. How's this kitty cat with swimming? He's yeah, that's alright. Little kitty cat paddle. Kitty paddling. Alright, where's that cavern? I should have seen at Bloodhoof Village if there was a place I could have updated my Hearthstone. So I'd have to run all the way back. As it stands, this would take us, if I use that stone, it will take us back here, which I guess isn't too far away from Bloodhoof Village. I could probably do that. Okay, here they are. I want to try and make my way into the cavern though. I want to see what's in there. If I can survive, that is. Aha! I'm in! A bit of first-person World of Warcraft. I haven't tried it myself, but I believe that in the next... either the next patch or when the expansion goes live, there will be a, oh, what am I doing? So, there will be controller support. That's what I've heard. I haven't seen it myself, but I'm keen to give it a go. Like, I don't think I'd ever use it myself, but I know, you know, some people do prefer to play with controllers. So it'd be cool if it opens it up for them as well. I don't think it totally impossible. I mean, other MMOs have done it, haven't they? Ones that I didn't think would be able to do it. So we got 11, we need 4 more. Just gonna have a little look around here, see if I can find like any treasure chests or anything. Oh, there we go. Level 9. No new abilities, but I imagine at the next level, we certainly will get at least a couple. Alright, that's the mission complete. Just take a little look at the back here. Seems to wrap around. So you hit me with a scalp slash. Intellect reduced by 10%. Oh, that's pretty harsh. Gonna get rid of this guy in the back line. Turn into a cat and start slashing and tearing. Oh, there we go. There is a chest. Beautiful. Nothing over there. Give him the horns. There should be another button. Just give him the horns. A racial ability. So I just got a axe, but I can't equip that. Yeah, because that would actually have... See, it's got +2 crit, +2 haste. Like, they're stats I could actually use. If I were able to equip such a weapon. Which doesn't seem to be the Tauren way. This should absolutely have a give him the horns attack. Alright. Silver-bound treasure chest. Please don't be a mimic. Please don't be a mimic. Oh! Oh, I got a little bit nervous there. It was bouncing around. Yeah, I reckon that's one thing. That's another thing you could do, Blizzard. Get in some mimics. But if it's a mimic, I want it to be one heck of a mimic. I want it to be like... It gobbles you up. It one-shots you. And it's like, you know, it could be a 5% chance, 2% chance, 1% chance that it's a bit, whatever it is. But every once in a while. Every once in a while, you get a little bit of a surprise. Oh, I got a surprise one time when I played that game Dark Souls, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. Alright, so we got a water area here. Some skeleton. I think that's about it. Okay, so let's go and we'll take the Hearthstone, so you can see what that does. It's got a 30-minute cooldown, but it's not something I'd use too often anyway. If you're in a guild, the cooldown's a lot shorter. I think one of their perks maybe reduces it down to 10. 10 minutes maybe? 15? Easy enough to get into a guild as well. You can just press your guild button, which might be... by default, it might be J. I've got it set to G for guild, but by default, I think it might be... Yeah, it might be J. Anyway, you press that, you go to Guild Finder, and then you just go and search. Say, what type of guild do I want? Well, maybe social and leveling? Maybe one that speaks, you know, French? I don't know if you'll find that on an oceanic realm, but anyway, you know, it's got different options here. And then what size you'd like. Let's try medium. I'm a DPS. Let's go searching. And here you go. We've got a few options. You can read through them, see if it's anything you like, and then request to join, say, you know, blah, blah, blah. Leave some message. It's nice to leave a message. Tell them what you are. And then request, and they'll see your application and decide whether you are worthy. And, I mean, a lot of the guilds are pretty chill. Just read the description. You're sure to find something that meets your particular character. Alright, I've returned.
What brings you here?
The Wind Furies are deadly foes. Their strength in battle is only rivaled by their desire for fresh meat. You have done well, Kargoth. You seem well prepared to travel onward. Let the wind always be at your back.
Go in peace.
You too.
Hail.
Kargoth, it is good you've taken the task seriously. Respect of the land and the creatures is important. Death and life are a circle, a necessity. One cannot exist without the other. Take time to ponder this, and do well to never forget it. Oh, there we go, level 10. What's this? You can now pick a new class specialization. There you go. Alright, so we can now specialize. So we were in a balance form. So launch a surge of stellar energies at the target, dealing 68 astral damage. We can go feral, which takes on the form of a great cat, which is what we can transform into. So we can do that anyway, even as a balance, can't we? Yeah, okay. So we can do that as a... Oh, we can be a bear. I guess this buffs it up even more, though. Gives us more abilities. So we've got Shred, Rake, Prowl. Activates cat form, place you into stealth until cancelled. Okay, well these are all the ones that come at a higher level. We're not too far away from Rake. So we have Shred and Ferocious Bite, which finishing move that causes physical damage per combo point. So you do build up combo points. Okay. So I imagine Shred would build up that combo point, but it doesn't actually say specifically that it would do that. But yeah, okay. And then you got Guardian, which is your big bear form, I guess. Taking the form of a mighty bear to absorb damage and protect allies, which is your tank. And then you've got your Resto as a healer. So you got 2 DPS. You got your range DPS, you got melee DPS, you got your tank, and you got your healer. It's pretty cool. Pretty sweet deal. I think I might just try staying as balanced just for a little bit. I'd like to see what this Star Surge does. Alright. Before we go and get your quest, let's go and hand in the other quests.
I've been expecting you.
Do you have the paws and talons, Kargoth? Oh, you have done well, Kargoth. I will take these and bind their power into a totem of cleansing. It is done. Alright, I'll be right back. Let me hand in the other quest. As a bear.
What brings you here?
Have you found the swoops, Kargoth? Do you have their quills? I know that gathering these quills was not an easy task, Kargoth. In doing this, you prove that you are a druid of merit. It is good to have you at Bloodhoof Village.